Hello? Is this working? God, streaming on my PC is much better than streaming on my PlayStation 4 because I have way more control over how the stream looks like. I should probably share this on Discord again. Let me just get the link again. It takes a while for my subscription feed to show the video. I guess that's normal. Here's the share button. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Thank God no one can actually see what I'm doing. That way, if I'm playing a game and I'm doing badly, I can just hide the fact that I'm doing badly and no one has to know. And the Discord app is being really buggy. Hang on, let me check. Let me check and see if I sound okay. I sound okay. God, streaming on a PC is way fucking better. I should probably just play games here. I have a couple of games, a couple of PS2 games. And I have to share this on my Discord again. You know, something that I'm kind of glad, but at the same time kind of pissed off at Discord. The fact that logging in is now a pain in the fucking ass. Whatever. It has to be done. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, I don't even really need to open on my PC. I can just use my phone. Since now it's on my feed. I guess I should also share this on Twitter. I wonder where else. Okay, it says here excellent connection. No parking Barry. Hi. Glad to see you. Hear you loud and clear. Thank you. I really needed to hear that. You know, streaming is... You know, I've always avoided streaming because I'm kind of scared of talking... Wait, hang on. Please check the video resolution. The current resolution is... Oh. Is this really all that important? I don't think this is really all that important. I guess it is true. Hang on. Let's see if I can fix this. The resolution is pretty low, I'll say that. Let's see if there's any way I can fix this. Maybe it has something to do with my OBS settings. Video output. Everything seems fine. This is fucking weird. Hang on, let me check on my mobile phone. Yeah, there's no 720p. This is really weird. I don't know why. There's no 720p available. This is bad. I hate this. Oh god. You know, I've never really been like that like savvy about screen resolution and watching stuff at the best quality. But ever since I've been playing a lot of PS4 games, I'm kind of like that. Now I kind of care about screen resolution. Hang on, let me post this on this. This time I won't tag anyone. I don't want to be a nuisance to anyone. Oh, this thumbnail is fucking weird. It just has the... It's my channel's banner. Like, God, I hate it when they do that. Should I customize a thumbnail? I don't want to do that. This is supposed to be a test stream. I'm not supposed to put, like, actual effort into this. I'm just supposed to test and see if things are going well. And so far, things are going really weird. Yeah, let me share this on Twitter as well. Another test stream. Alright, let's see what the problem here is. Please check the video resolution. The current resolution is 1092 614. Okay. Oh. Oh. Sorry. Okay, I think I know where I fucked up. And right now I can't really change. Try. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I did go to OBS settings and I know where I fucked up. And I can't really change right now because it already started streaming. Like, it won't even give me the option to change. Oh well. Do I have to actually stop the stream? I don't want to do that. maybe I'll do a test stream again, but this time with the like max resolution. With and the furthest that my computer can go is 1366 768, which is a little above 720p. What the fuck is this anime shit? I don't know, man. I don't know. I actually customized this like a long time ago, and I kind of just wanted to put a bunch of gifs that make me feel comfortable, and these are the gifs that make me feel the most comfortable. Uh, it's probably not the best aesthetic ever, but to me, it's everything I really needed. And one of the reasons I'm not really someone who like cares that much about living in Japan, but one thing I actually do envy about Japan is the fact that you have trains like these where it's Yui themed, and it's so obnoxious about it that I love it. I want to ride on a train like this. I don't want to ride on a bunch of trains that's just advertising a bunch of products that I don't care. I want to get ads, but for K-On! That's the only form of obnoxious advertisement that I'll take if it has cute girls anime. Oh Jesus. Hmm. Something I might have to learn is how to advertise my streams. Because right now I have, according to my stats here, it says I have 4 viewers. Which, to be fair, um, it might not actually be the most unexpected viewership. I remember this was like a year ago. I uploaded that hour-long Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm trilogy review, and back then my viewership was a little bit sorry, a little bit higher than now because I was actually uploading videos that people cared. Granted, I think I was about as inconsistent as I am right now, but I was a little more relevant back then than I was now. And I remember I did that whole I did a premiere of that video because I wanted to be like an event. And I remember the number of people that were watching that video was like not really all that different from what I'm seeing right now. I think it only had like 10, a little, like around 10 viewers watching that video to the very end. That video was actually doing a little bit shittily at first. I have no idea how it eventually got a lot of views. Like, hang on, let me check. Let me check how many views it has. I know it has like more than 1,000. When promoting your streams, announce them at least one day ahead. That's actually a pretty good idea. I should do that. I've actually been thinking. Speaking of no parking barrier, this is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to try streaming is because I whenever I stream with you on your channel, I have way more fun than I always think I do, because every time I think about streaming, I'm like, that sounds like the worst idea ever. I'm probably gonna be the worst host, which isn't far from the truth. But I do have fun doing it, so Like I don't know, like I just kind of thought to myself, you know, if I like streaming on other people's channels, why not stream on my channel? You know. So yeah, I've been thinking about streaming a bit more. I think it's also a good way of engaging with audiences. 2 days ahead would be even better. True. I watch a lot of like VTubers, and they always announce it like sometimes, not always a day before, but sometimes like 2 days before they actually stream. But usually it's like around a day. So okay, I checked the video. It has 10,000 views. That Naruto Storm review has 10,000 views. That video did poorly at first. I was like, because when I uploaded the video, I was like, thanks, Clovis, you're welcome. Because when I uploaded that video, I was like, shit, this is my it wasn't actually my masterpiece. It wasn't actually a masterpiece, but whatever. This is my video. This is my big project. It's my first hour-long video. I really need this video to do pretty well. This was a passion project. It was on a series of video games that I care a lot. I've cared about this series for years. It had to be an hour long. And I uploaded it. They did pretty poorly. And at first I was like, oh, this is a bit bad. Because I did upload I think it was a year before. I uploaded it was around like a 20-minute video on some of the PS2 Naruto games. And that video from the very beginning was actually doing fairly well. Like it was doing pretty well, and people were liking it, people were watching it. And so I thought, huh, if people care about my opinions on Naruto games, hi, hello. Thanks for coming, Jasmine. If people care about my opinions on Naruto games, why not upload an hour-long video on the Storm games, which I care a lot, and I did. And you know, like again, you know, at first it wasn't doing super well, which was a little bit depressing to see. I was like, oh well, I guess I should have expected that. I am a cartoon reviewer, at least I was back then, so I'm not surprised if people don't really care if I upload a video on a video game, especially if it's an hour long. But eventually, it did kick off. I sorry. I doubt the people who watch my videos were regulars on my channel. Obviously, they were outside people, people who are not really a part of my niche. And later, I uploaded a Storm 4 review, which also did pretty well for my channel. 7,000 views is pretty high for me. To me, anything, sorry, anything close to 10,000 is too much for me. I'm like, damn, this video is doing pretty well. I'm not really used to my videos getting any more than 1,000 views, so when I see a video doing like 10,000, I'm like, this blew up in my eyes. So yeah. See, this is what I like about streams, is that I can just talk about myself very egotistically, and I can just ramble without any script. Therefore, I don't have to. I mean, I like writing scripts. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of fun doing so, but it does take a little bit. It does take a little bit of time, and I have to put effort into making my scripts a bit coherent and stuff. Which I do have a lot of fun doing it, but sometimes I have thoughts that aren't actually that interesting, or at least not interesting enough for me to type it down. So if I can stream every now and then and just share some of my own compressed opinions, that could be nice. Granted, one of the consequences of sharing uncompressed opinions is that sometimes you'll say stuff that might sound really wrong, but I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen. I rarely say things that are, well, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I say stuff that are controversial, aren't controversial. I don't consider myself a particularly controversial person. Totally relate. Yes. You know, this was actually a revelation I had like I think a couple of years ago, because in 2017 sorry I am not at my healthiest, but anyway, in 2017, I went through a bit of a YouTuber edgy phase where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk shit about all of these cartoon reviewers and stuff. I was like I saw myself as someone who was willing to do that kind of stuff, um, criticizing people like at the time. I wasn't really criticizing Mr. Enter, but I was criticizing people like Phyllis Kabum 94, blah blah blah. And every time when I like during that phase, I always kind of saw myself as one of the more controversial people. I mean, I wasn't big enough for people to care. That's why I was never really in any controversy. But I always saw myself as someone who, if I were like a noticeable figure, I probably would be controversial because I kind of saw myself as someone like Digine, previously Digibro, who every now and then would get into drama with other, not even really that much drama, but she's always been like pretty open about her opinions on YouTube channels, and sometimes that would lead to a bunch of drama. And so I always saw myself as someone who, if I was like a relevant and noticeable figure in the community, I probably would be seen as a controversial person because back then I was pretty small, so anything I said wouldn't really have any effect. But I kind of saw myself as that. But eventually I realized that I'm not actually that controversial or that contentious because I follow people on Twitter that are way more controversial and contentious than I am. Like I realized that people are very prone to getting into weird dramas on Twitter that I do not see myself ever getting into that. What is topic? I got here late. I'm kind of rambling right now, but I guess if I had to explain the topic, I'm kind of talking about um the sort of cognitive dissonance I used to have where I kind of saw myself as a potentially controversial person, but I eventually realized that I'm not actually that controversial. Because back in 2017, I used to like openly criticize YouTubers and stuff. I always saw that as like peak drama. It was something that people in general thought, there's this sort of mindset that if you talk about other content creators that are in your field, you're kind of creating drama and stuff. And since I was very open about how I dislike people like Velisca Bum 94, stuff with Scoutfly, blah blah blah. I always I used to see myself as a bit of a controversial figure, but eventually I realized that there are people who are way more controversial than I. There are people who get into really weird political dramas, doxing dramas, like constant threads with other people talking about stuff that I'm like, wow, there are so many people that have like so much energy. And it's weird because a lot of the people who get into dramas are people who don't even really like dramas. Like, I think one of those people was Crimson Mayhem, and no ill will towards him. I'm not trying to talk shit about him anyway, but he's someone who was always getting into drama with people on Twitter. And as far as I know, he hates drama. He doesn't want anything to do with drama, but he was always caught up in it. And I think this was largely because, hang on, what is this? Fluffy's core thumbnail. I hate this thumbnail. Hang on, let me type this. I hate this thumbnail because it's just my channel banner. But yeah, when is your next stream? Um, I don't know. Maybe, maybe in a couple of days. I don't know if I have time. Um, this is a weird period of time because I usually talk with people, some of my friends around this hour. So if I had to stream, it'd probably be either earlier or later. Earlier, I don't really see it because I'm always busy during the afternoon, and a little bit before 9 p.m. And I don't know about later because I don't want to scream on my room and then people are gonna complain that I'm too noisy. So I don't know. We'll see. I do actually kind of want to stream. It's fun. It's fun talking about. Maybe I should also invite people, maybe through Discord or something like that, because I don't know how long I can last talking to myself, talking about myself. But yeah, Anyway, I'm the least controversial person in the cartoon community. To be honest, I haven't actually been very active in this community because, oh yeah, you're a different time zone. Yeah, unfortunately, that is actually something that I have to take into account. It's been a while since I've read my analytics but I'm pretty sure most of my viewers are from the states. Let me check. I think I can. Um, audience. Yeah, most of my audience are from the states. 55% actually. Second place is United Kingdom, which is 3.3%. Pretty low. Uh, invite guest speaker on your live. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. This is a bit of a test stream, so I'm not gonna worry too much about guests. At least not on this stream. But later, maybe some other time. I actually just learned that 82% of my audience is male, which is, does Canada rank in your analytics? It does. It's actually in third place, so it's pretty high, but it's only like 2.1% of my overall audience. So being in third place doesn't seem all that impressive, but okay. Yeah, I noticed that 82% of my audience is male, which is weird because this actually wasn't always the case. There was actually a time when it was some it was well, I think it was split between 65 and 35. And I always saw that as an achievement because I was like, yes, my videos are reaching more people than just one specific group. But that changed for some reason, and I have no idea why. Maybe my what exactly changed about my content that suddenly made it so 86% of my 85 whatever my audience is male. Mm, I guess if I had to attribute a reason, I'm female and I love anime and cartoons, and that's based. Try to. I guess. I guess if I had to attribute something, I think it has to do with. I think it has to do with just the shift in my channel's direction, which became a little more. I mean, I think my channel has always have like a bit of a niche appeal because I am talking about cartoons, which is inherently niche. But I think that recently I became even more niche because before I used to kind of label myself as a bit of a reviewer and stuff. And if you're like a reviewer who talks about a bunch of stuff, so you're a lot more prone to um, interesting more a wide range of people. Why is your audience mostly male? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I guess it really doesn't matter all that much to be honest, because I think at the end of the day, my channel became a lot more niche because I've been uploading less reviews and uploading um, weirder videos. Some of them are shit posts. Some of them are like topics that don't really have much to do with don't really have much to do with cartoons. Like 51% on my channel audience is female versus 48%. God. Oh. Oh man. Ow. Envy hurts so much. God, I wish I had 50-50. Oh god, envy hurts so much. Oh god. Oh god. Oh well. Maybe I should change. Maybe I should revamp my channel again. But I don't want to do that. I like talking about random stuff. I also think that mostly focusing on cartoons is actually kind of what um is actually kind of I don't want to say ruined my channel because it really didn't. It actually did a lot. Like, I don't know if like you guys probably aren't really aware, but this channel has existed since 2015. And back then, I kind of just wanted to be like a general reviewer. But then in 2016, I started focusing more on cartoons because that was the thing I was watching the most. And ever since I kind of established like my channel's meta as like a cartoon channel, um, my audience became a lot clearer, and I think it helped my channel grow. I'll say that. But eventually, I started to take interest in talking about other stuff, and I think that's around the time when my establishment as a cartoon reviewer started to hurt a little bit because on YouTube there are plenty of channels that are like they can do a right. They're pretty versatile. They can talk about lots of things. Like think about Charlie from Most Critical. That dude can be a like he can pretty much upload whatever, and the number of engagement of his audience is gonna be around the same. And that you should do a video so we can see you why. You should do a video so we can see you why. Um, what's the context? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Um, not exactly sure what you mean. By the way, something I wanted to that might bring in the girls. Um, maybe, but I hate the way I look. Actually, I don't actually hate the way I look. I'm just not. I'm a. I'm unfortunately not the most confident person when it comes to my appearance. Really, anything because I mean, I'm just saying. Like one of the reasons why I don't stream is because I'm not very confident. Um, talking on the fly because if I'm scripting something, I'm intentionally orchestrating something to be exactly how I want. So it's a lot easier for me to publish something when it's like that. But if I'm not if I'm not planning anything and I have to rely on why love you, thank you all. This does help. But yeah, if I'm like doing things on the fly and have to rely on me, um, I guess sort of setting up uh however much entertainment that I can offer on the fly, I feel less comfortable. I'm sort of shy too. Well, I mean, I think that's normal. So, um, I think that's a normal way to feel. I wouldn't be surprised if most of the people that watch my videos are at least a little bit shy. Oh my fucking god, my Discord server is a complete mess. Why is my not safe for work channel so fucking degenerate, dude? Like I get the weirdest fucking fan art. Like what is wrong with my what is wrong with these people? I bear some self-consciousness myself. Yeah, it sucks. Sometimes I wish Eastern animation better than Western animation. You know, I intentionally avoid this discussion because people get really heated. You should do a video based on that. That's the thing. I try my best to avoid the whole Eastern animation versus Western animation because people get really fucking heated about this topic. And the worst part is that a lot of the times, a lot of Western fans, a lot of Western cartoon fans, a lot of them will say stuff about anime that might not be the most accurate thing ever. But this also kind of applies to. It's also kind of applies to anime fans because anime fans also tend to be very dismissive about stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty complicated debate. I'm someone who spent most of my time watching Western cartoons, so if I criticize Western animation, I have a pretty good basis. And anime, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I like anime more than Western cartoons. There, I said it. Sorry, I'm fucking sorry. I know that's not the best. Hmm. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care. Maybe that is the best opinion to have. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is something that I've noticed that every time there's this controversy, there's always this group of people who are like, why there should be Why there should be a dispute between cartoons and anime? Why not like both? And I think that that's a fair opinion to have. I like both, but I like anime more. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not allowed to have a preference for some reason. Even though I don't think there's anything wrong with having a preference. Like they're both different mediums. Like they're from different countries. A lot of the influences they have are very different. So I don't think it's really that surprising that some people prefer one over the other. So I don't really see that much of a big deal. I like cartoons more. I think that's a fair opinion to have. The thing with cartoons is that I think part of the reason why I like anime more than cartoons, I guess it just has a lot to do with demographic that they're aiming. Um, is there any black characters in anime? Um, I don't know if they're sorry, sorry, fuck. I hate being sick. I don't know if they're as frequent as Western cartoons, but there are some shows that have black characters. The thing about anime is that since um, it's Japanese media and a lot of Japan isn't really all that populated with black people, so um, there is gonna be like less variety in terms of skin color, but there are definitely a bunch of like black characters in anime. Why are they always so paper white? Well, I mean that's just the yeah. I guess I kind of answered that already. So yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Like since they're Japanese artists, they're gonna write stories based on their own experiences, and so if they don't really get exposed to black people all that much, they're less likely to write characters that are black. So that's kind of why that happens. But I mean, there are definitely some shows that have black characters. Um, what's what's that one? Hang on, I'm trying to hang on. Let me remember her name. Trying to remember her name. Um, what is her name? What is her name? What is her name? Oh, Umiko from what new game? She's pretty cool. She's actually one of my favorite characters in new game, and she's not 10. I'm pretty sure she's not 10. I'm pretty sure she's actually just black. So you know, Afro Samurai is a popular example of black anime. True. It's modern time now. That is true, but to be fair, I, sorry, they should be more diverse. This is true. The thing is, I think anime is more diverse than people realize, and the only reason why people don't notice that is because, well, for one, people usually only look at what's popular, but also because like a lot of the I guess you could say progressive anime are not really all that popular. Like some of them don't even really have anime adaptations during like manga form. And so like I'm like trust me when I say that if you're someone who's a part of the LGBT community, anime is actually a pretty good medium to get into. Like there's plenty of LGBT content there. You just have to search for it. Trust me. Like there's a lot more than people realize. But unfortunately, some of them don't. Like some of them literally don't even have anime adaptations. So you're gonna have to be prepared to read a bunch of manga. But you know, they're not impossible to find. You just have to search for it. Hey, actually, I realized streams are actually a good opportunity for me to talk about anime. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I rarely talk about anime on my channel because I'm not really an anime channel. But I do watch some. So um my friend went to Japan to study anime. He's back. Um, that's interesting. Oh, he's black. um. Oh. I'd be interested in knowing what was his experience because I'm black too. So, oh my god, I got a super chat. That's fucking cool. Thanks, man. This is actually my first super chat. I have no idea. I have no idea how this shit works. So I don't really understand how super chats work. I don't know if the poggers Dana. Yes, very poggers. You get a super chat, a thumbs up. Get well soon, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This is, you know what? Maybe I am gonna stream. Maybe I'm actually gonna stream more often. uh, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. You said that your friend went to Japan to study anime. I'd be interested to know what was his experience doing in Japan. YouTube takes it. Yeah, that's an unfortunate truth. I would like to know how much they get because I mean I don't expect to get all the $4.99, but come on, I have to take at least some of it. I hate the fact that YouTube takes a cut. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but YouTube is actually not a very YouTube does take about 30 to 50% of your chat revenue. Okay, that's oh this is bullshit. I'm thinking about like VTubers who not only does some of their cut have to go to um they have to go to YouTube, but they also have to go to like the companies themselves. So a lot of the VTubers like they probably only like earn like maybe like 20% of the amount of super chats they earn. 20% is an estimate. I don't know how much they actually get, but it's probably pretty low. But yeah, something I wanted to. I'm actually glad you guys brought up YouTube because something I actually wanted to share to you guys is that YouTube is actually not a very profitable um, video sharing platform inherently, because like the amount of like money and resources that it actually takes to host the amount of videos that get uploaded every second is too much. Like this is like here's the thing. Like there's a lot you can criticize about the algorithm of YouTube, about the way they manage stuff, and I think all those criticisms are completely fair. But on some level, I'm a bit sympathetic towards a lot of the sort of incompetency that happens there because managing the amount of content that's here is really hard. He likes the studio he was at, but he complained about the socializing. They treat him different. He's back in Georgia now. Oh, that sucks. Hmm, that sucks. Well, I guess I have to take that into account if I ever go to Japan. Because I do want to go there. I don't really want to live there because Japan doesn't really seem like a country that I necessarily want to live. But have you considered opening a Ko-fi page for your subs to support you? Hmm. I have a Patreon. I never promote it because I feel really bad. I don't know. Maybe I should think more about opening a Ko-fi. Yo, bro, man, aka Professor Cartoons, aka Mega Dupe TV. I'll never let you forget that name. Hey, what's up? How's it going? um, but anyway, I was actually talking about YouTube. I was saying that YouTube is not a very profitable platform to have because the amount of resources and money that has to go to managing all of the content that's here is too much. There's a reason for why sites like VidMe eventually just shut down because it's just really hard. It's really hard. And Lamau, I'm doing great. That's pretty base. How are things with college and stuff? I heard that you were getting a job or something like that. Hope things are going well. I haven't had time to check up on your streams, but I miss VidMe. I kind of do miss VidMe as well. It had less copyright restrictions, so that was pretty neat. And now Twitch is also getting pretty edgy with the copyright stuff, so people can't even rely on that anymore. But yeah. But anyway, Japan has a black-owned anime studio. Their stuff looks good. That's pretty cool. Lemon with honey and pinch of sea salt. Drink it. Good for colds. True. I'm actually drinking that. I should have drank that a couple of minutes ago, but I'm streaming, so I'm struggling finding an engineer internship at the moment due to COVID. But ignoring that, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I can imagine that. COVID has been a bitch. I wonder if I've heard that if you mention like COVID on your videos, then they get like some kind of like Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. This is a stream. It doesn't. It really doesn't matter what I say here, as long as I'm avoiding like actually, actually offensive stuff. Like, I think I'm gonna be fine. Uh, but yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Ad revenue is not a very. It's not something that YouTube can really rely for those sites to run, especially because not every channel even have ads on to begin with. Now, recently they did actually update the terms and services to make it so even if you haven't monetized your channel, YouTube can place ads if they feel like it. So, how are you, Dan? I'm sick, but I'm doing I'm doing better. Uh, yeah, I've actually been sick recently, but I'm doing better. I'm a lot better than I was a couple days ago. Granted, I'm still uploading videos because fuck it. It doesn't matter if I'm sick. When I upload, I have to fucking grind like hell. Plus, a couple of days ago, I got a lot of comments. I got more comments than I thought from my video discussing the canonicity of Judgment, and I got a lot of comments that I couldn't really ignore, so I had to respond. Anime is ew. Well, yeah, there's that whole shirt that Giga wears, the whole anime is trash, but so am I. And yeah, I pretty much agree. Every time people like make fun of anime, I can't even really like respond by saying, no, you're wrong. I'm like, yeah, I get where you're coming from. but yeah, YouTube can't really rely on ad revenue because some people don't even monetize their videos. So how they actually make money is through selling your data. Like that's pretty much the way YouTube makes money. That's the reason why this site is still going on even after a decade, where and it keeps growing and growing. It's because they're selling our data, and that's how they make money. And so whenever I see them taking a huge cut off of super chats and ad revenue, I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like it's understandable, but at the same time, like, why does it matter? Like you're not really earning that much money through me making money. How about you just give me all of the okay, maybe not all, but come on, at least 90%. Like you're not really earning that much anyway. You're already taking my data and making money off of it. So why you have to take my cut as well? Like, come on. I the funny thing is that adults who watch anime in Japan are considered freaks over there. Mm, I mean, honestly, like it's not really any different in any country. Like, because the thing is, like, I've seen a lot of people who are saying like anime is becoming mainstream, or people are saying anime is mainstream. Anime is not actually that mainstream. Like, anime is mainstream in the sense that people know what it is, but like most anime out there is not even close to being mainstream. Like sure, if you like stuff like Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Naruto, and whatever, yeah, sure, those stuff are obviously mainstream. But the vast majority of stuff that gets released is not even close. Most of them are pretty niche, and it's a medium where most of the content there is really designed to be niche. Like there's a lot of stuff. Hang on, I just find it weird how the country that made anime has a negative opinion on the fans, or even in the same country. Yeah, like that's exactly what I was talking about. Like most of the stuff that gets released on, like most of the anime that gets released is actually designed to be niche. They're actually like they're made intending for like hardcore fans to buy the living fuck out of merch, spend a lot of money. That's why the reason why some shows might come off as cheap to some people is because, like, I mean, cheap is a fairly like subjective, like people have their own definition of something looking or feeling cheap and whatever, but regardless of whatever it might be. But the reason why it can sometimes feel like that is because they're targeting specific group of people that might see some of those, you could say, flaws and literally not care. Like literally not even giving a fuck. This pretty much applies to almost every light novel. A lot of light novels out there are written weirdly. Like the quality of the prose is so inconsistent and shitty, but people read it anyway because there are elements of the story that people resonate on a personal level very deeply, to the point where they have an appreciation for that stuff that a lot of people probably wouldn't. And as long as those people are the ones paying for all the merch, like giving money to the creators and the publishing companies, that's really all they need. And so that's why I find it really weird when people say that anime is mainstream, because like it's really not. Like it's really not. Like it's not even mainstream in Japan. Like it's literally not even mainstream in Japan. Like there are certain things, like if you start like referencing a bunch of anime to like your average Japanese person, he's not gonna understand a single fucking thing you're saying. Well, I want to see more black characters in anime, and at least ghost-looking characters. It looks whitewash and biased. I understand. I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair demand. I think it's understandable. Um, Although the thing about whitewash is that I don't really see anime characters as white. I don't know. I guess it's because I don't know. There's this sort of cognitive dissonance that people have where the way they view abstract looking characters largely depends on the environment they grew up with. Because the average Japanese person, when they see anime characters, they just see them as Japanese characters. And I think that if you get exposed enough to, like, I don't really consider myself someone who's like majorly exposed to like real life Japanese people. Like, I don't live among Japanese people. I don't usually watch content that has Japanese people unless it's animated. But I've seen a fair amount. Like I've been fairly exposed to Asian people to the point where when I look at anime characters, they definitely look Asian. Like they definitely look way more Asian than even the ones on your theme, blue eyes, blonde. Well, that has more to do with design choices. I mean, there's also like a purple hair girl. Like it's just the way anime characters tend to look very colorful. So um, it's a bit complicated, you know. Like I'll say this: um, if you follow cosplayers, compare Japanese cosplayers with American, European, like white cosplayers, basically. You'll eventually realize that Japanese cosplayers tend to look way more, way like they tend to look like they tend to resemble the characters way more. Round eyes. Well, um, they're not. Well, okay. The thing is, like, hang on. Let me confirm something. Just before I say, uh, okay, yeah. I actually wanted to say that, for one, I think it depends on the series, and secondly, Japanese people also have round eyes. I'm not like I mean, like okay. um, I'm trying my best to word myself in a way where I don't say stuff that might come off as insensitive, but um, Japanese people have rounder eyes than I think people realize. That's all I have to say. Even my eyes are not so rounded. Dude, it's anime. Yeah, I mean, like I don't I don't know, anime characters don't even really look all that realistic to begin with. Like almost they almost never look realistic. And I think the only reason why people perceive them as white is just because of our backgrounds. Like we're inclined to see them as white because we grew up in an environment where a lot of the light skinned people we see on a regular basis are white. But, you know, like I'm just saying, I think that eventually, like the more exposed to Asian people you become, eventually you'll realize they look way more Japanese than white. Like Like, trust me when I say this. But I mean, it's not always easy to tell because again, like they're abstract characters. Like, think of, for example, like whenever a Western cartoon has um American cartoons have it worse. Look at Big Mouth. I've actually not seen Big Mouth, so I can't really comment on that. But what I wanted to say was think of all of the cartoons out there, Western cartoons. I live among a lot of Chinese. I kind of envy that because I really hang on. The Japanese people use that they speak in Mandarin, but I want to know what word system they use. Just want to confirm something before language. I want to know exactly because if I'm not mistaken, they do use kanji, but maybe they don't. I don't know. It might not actually be kanji because the thing is, like, the Japanese language, it's it has three different word systems. One is hiragana, the other one is katakana, the other one is kanji. And the thing about kanji is that, from what I understand, it's based on Chinese scripture, but I don't know if that's actually true. I might have to verify this. I could be completely wrong. Like, completely, like, this could be like the most misinformed thing I'm saying right now, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that's it. I don't know, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's read the comments. I live among a lot of Chinese. They do not have respect for dark skin. Honestly, it's sad but true. They think white skin is purify. um that's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. uh why do it better if I can get who did it better, Evangelion or Franks? I have not watched Franks, but I have seen Evangelion, which is pretty fucking awesome. I actually, um, I started watching Ava in 20, what was it? I think it was 2018. I saw the first 12 episodes, and I did enjoy it, but there was one major problem. Uh, Back then, I was living in a different apartment, and my level of comfortableness was much lower for two reasons. For one, the chair I had was way less comfortable than the one I have right now. And the other thing is that Ava at the time wasn't really available in any streaming service. So I had to use, I think it was Kiss Anime. And back then, like, my internet wasn't fast enough to keep up with the abysmal servers that Kiss Anime had. And so there are a lot of times when the video would just stutter and stuff. And I would get instantly annoyed. Especially because Ava was a series that I wanted to like consume every single detail about it. But if I'm not comfortable sitting, I'm not comfortable watching it. Eventually, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna put this off until I'm in better condition. A similar thing happened when I watched Serial Experiments Lane, but Serial Experiments Lane I actually did finish it because it's shorter and I was a lot more curious to know what would happen. But with Ava, eventually I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna watch it some other time, and eventually I did. Actually, a couple of months ago, I continued watching Ava because it's on Netflix, and I have better internet. And what is Kiss Anime? Dog shit website that doesn't exist anymore because it was shut down. I have a gaming chair, so it's more comfortable. And I watched Ava, and it was pretty dope. You still look like a weeb, though. Yeah, because I am a weeb. Well, it depends on what people define as weeb. Um, I mean, the 50 franc definition of weeb doesn't really apply to me, but the more general, like, looser weeb, sure, it can apply to me. I don't really care. But yeah, I watched Ava and it was pretty dope, like pretty awesome. I'd heard that the production quality declined in the second half, but honestly, it was still a fucking good ass time. Although I did not watch episodes 25 and 26 because they were pretty controversial, and I saw End of Ava, and the thing about End of Ava is that Like it's separated into two segments, and they're literally called episodes 25 and 26. So I was like, well, I mean, do I really have to watch the episodes from the series when I can just watch this movie? And I did watch the movie, and it was fucking awesome. One of the best movies I've ever watched. That movie is so great, dude. I love it so much. Like that movie is fucking god tier. I'm in the same way. I only watch anime if I'm completely comfortable and alone. Yeah, and I mean the thing is, the thing about anime is that this is a disadvantage, and unfortunately, a lot of non-Japanese speaking people are gonna have, which is that we rely on subtitles. We seriously rely on subtitles, and if we're gonna spend like hours, even a couple of minutes, doesn't matter, sitting down and reading a lot, you have to be in the most comfortable position ever. Like if you're watching a movie or a series that speaks in the same that's spoken in the same language that you speak, you don't have to always concentrate on the screen. I mean, I usually do it because I like consuming as much visual information as possible, but I don't have to. Like I can literally just grab my phone, scroll through Twitter just for a couple of seconds, and still follow a bit. I can't really do it with anime, and I think that's also one of the reasons why um if I'm not in a comfortable position, I'm probably just not gonna finish it. Like right now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I was watching Genshiken, and I haven't finished the episode yet, and I think the page refreshed, so yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the episode from the beginning again. I can fucking find the timestamp, whatever. But yeah, like I stopped watching Genshin because I was feeling uncomfortable for some reason. There were some things that were making me feel a bit uncomfortable, so I had to stop and make it comfortable again. But now it's been hours. Have you seen A Silent Voice? Yeah, I have seen it. It's a pretty good movie. Um, pretty good movie. I like that movie a lot. Um, I'll say one thing though about that movie, which is that, for one, I'm interested in reading the manga because I want to know. Um, I want to get a better idea of how it's paced. The other thing about A Silent Voice is that I think people bully Naoka a bit more than she deserved. Well, actually, that's not true. She does deserve. No, she's literally a bully, but she's actually a pretty good character. And I think a lot of people are really mean to her for good reasons, but still, like apart, like I'm always like I think it's understandable when people dislike a character for how much of an asshole they are. I think that's a completely fair feeling to have, but whenever it gets to the point when people don't really appreciate the value of that character's presence in the story, and I'm not saying that's like that's a I'm not saying that like she's a like completely hated character. Like I don't think she's really like that hated. But I remember this one time. So you have a waifu body pillow? No, I do not. um, sorry. I'm not healthy. Um, no, I don't have a waifu body pillow. Those things are fucking expensive as hell. Uh, last weep joke, I promise. Honestly, I don't really care. If you want to fucking make weep jokes, I'm completely okay. I can respond to as many as you'd like. But like, yeah, Naoka is based. Well, she's not really that based. She's a fucking bitch. She was somewhat unlikable, but alright character wise. Yeah, this is actually one of the reasons why I want to read the manga because she was hang on, let me read this. Wait, are they actually expensive? Like, who would spend a shit ton of money on fucking body pillow? What the fuck? Uh, yeah. I love Sailor Moon and Beastars. I want to watch Beastars. Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon depends on how long it is because I might actually just read the manga because Sailor Moon is a series that I've actually been interested in watching for a long time, and it's really weird because it's a magical girl series that got mainstream, and as a result, it's the series that has the most preconceptions. I remember this one time I was talking to one of my roommates, and she was asking me if I knew what Sailor Moon was. I was like, "Yeah, I know what it is." And before I could answer that, she was like, "Wait, hang on. You might not actually be interested in that. I mean, it's a girl show." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't care. It looks cool. Like Sailor Moon looks pretty fucking cool. I might still watch it." And yeah, it's really weird. Sailor Moon is it's a very weird like social status, but I mean, I don't know. That series looks pretty cool. I think I might actually consume it one of these days. But I want to know exactly how long it is because I I'm a bit of an impatient person. Uh, hang on. As much as I don't want, I might have to end the stream soon because I have to drink a couple of drinks, a couple of hot drinks. I also have to sleep because right now it's almost midnight, so I have this thing where I have to sleep sometime around midnight. So oh fuck, someone just came. Um, hello. Hi. Um, Dominicas. I think that's the easiest part of the name to read. Second part. What is this weep shit? Sorry. That's all I can say. I'm really sorry. Beastars is adult sex and violent scenes. That's fucking dope as hell. Yeah, I remember watching a review of YMS and it was like Beastars felt like a really adult series. I was like, "Oh, that actually makes me want to watch it more." Every now and then, I find myself binging anime, including Yu-Gi-Oh, Sonic X, Slam Dunk, and the super cute Cheese Sweet Adventures. Um, Yu-Gi-Oh, I actually did watch the first episode, and I watched it dubbed, which is really unusual because I don't usually watch anime dubbed. And the reason why I was watching it dubbed is because I wanted to kind of experiment. I wanted to see how effective it would be to watch because I have this thing where sometimes like if I'm playing a game, for example, or something like that, I want to have something in the background. So I wanted to experiment watching anime, and I tried it dubbed. And Yu-Gi-Oh is available on Netflix, and I think the only version that's available is dubbed. I maybe it has Japanese, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But yeah, I watched the first. I think I watched the first episode. I don't know if I watched the second, but I watched the first one, and it was actually pretty fun. It was a pretty fun. I think Yu-Gi-Oh. Uh, it's a it's a bit of a crazy series, but it looks pretty fun. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I dig it. Yep, real good. Yes. Sonic X. Sonic X. I don't think I've ever seen Sonic X ever in my entire life. I've seen uh what are the Sonic cartoons that I've seen? Sad AM, obviously. Sonic Underground, I saw some. There's that other one. That really goofy one that people used to hate but now people like. Best retro console. Mm. I can't really answer this because I'm not as exposed to retro gaming as I'd like it to be. I mean, here's my experience with game. You know what? How come Phantom Strider still makes shitty videos? I don't even watch Phantom Strider. I don't give a shit. I'm not surprised that he still makes good shitty videos. Gotta go and study. Take care of yourself. Thanks. Have a nice study. Uh, I'm gonna fuck myself real hard by continuing to talk just a little bit, but I don't care. I have a bit of a weird. The Goofy Sonic series is called Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Exactly. Um, the thing about my experience with gaming is that when I was a baby, like a toddler, basically, like 3 to 4 years old, my parents bought Sega Genesis, and me and my brother, we do have memories of playing it, but for reasons that I can't point, because I literally don't know what happened, the console just disappeared from our existence, and it disappeared pretty quickly. Like, I have memories of playing that console, but the memories are extremely brief. Like, extremely brief. It just disappeared. I don't know if it stopped working. I don't know if my parents literally hid them because maybe we were getting too addicted. I don't know what happened. Chessboard is best retro gaming console. Changed my mind. Um, Honestly, can't really disagree. Uh, and then a couple of years later, I think it was 2008, me and my brother bought this like console called Game Station, which played a bunch of like classic Nintendo games. It supported cartridges. We did bought a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure none of them were officially licensed. I'm pretty sure they were pirated, but hey, we didn't really care at the time. Yeah, we did play a couple of Mario games. Not all, not we didn't spend like a ginormous amount of time playing them, but it was enough. This was 2008. This was back when PS3 was like I think it launched like 2 years prior. We were still playing fucking like classic Nintendo games, so that's pretty funny. But then in 2010, very late 2010, we actually had a PlayStation 2 for the first time, and I think that out of all of the consoles that I've ever owned, the PlayStation 2 is the one that I got the most addicted because for us at the time, like it felt like an amazing experience. Like we really liked it. Like we bought a bunch of games. We would hang on. Let's see. Let's see the stream health. Oh, it's still good. Okay. We bought a bunch of games. I think we own about like 20 games that we bought in like 6 months. So, and it helped that at the time, the store that sold PS2 games were obviously selling pirated games, but they were way cheaper, which made it a lot easier for us to buy. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. Every weekends we would nonstop play video games. PS2 is legendary, completely agree. And but eventually, sometime around August 2011, something really bad happened where our console. What is this YouTube channel about? It used to be about cartoons, and I guess you can still consider it a cartoon channel if you wanted to. But yeah, eventually our PS2 got stolen, so we were right back to playing mobile games. But I think a couple of months later, my mom bought a PS3. But the thing about PS3 is that you can't really buy pirated games, so the games were a lot more expensive. And the number of games that we would play every year lowered significantly. Like me and my brother would mostly focus on FIFA because that was the game that we were like into at the time. And yeah, we didn't really play. We didn't really own a ton of PS3 games. I think we ended up playing Assassin's Creed 2. We played a Tony Hawk game, Need for Speed. I think it's The Run. Was that it? The cartoon community is dead at this point. I love how Mr. Enter single-handedly killed it. Uh, hmm. Maybe one day I might just I might just talk about the cartoon community on a stream. Right now, I don't know. It's a this community is just way too fucking like there's so much that I could really talk about that I go on for way too long. But like yeah, PS3 not the best experience ever, and eventually I just lost interest. But then last year I bought a PS4. Been getting into gaming again, so yeah, I've been buying a lot of games. I've been having a lot of fun. So yeah, yeah. If basically that's the reason why I can't really share any opinion on retro gaming because my experience with it isn't really that big. Like even the later gen consoles, like I started playing them way later than they were actually released, and even then, I didn't play that much. So yeah. Hey, do any of you guys own a PS5? I actually wanted to buy it. Like I remember at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm gonna fucking buy a PS5 well once it's released. But I never ended up doing it because, well, I mean, obviously it's expensive, but also because there aren't even really that many games right now, so I don't think it's really all that important to own a PS5 right now. Clavius, have you watched Rebel Taxi's review retrospect on Billy and Mandy? Um, I have not, but I did watch the Pizza Party podcast with Maxwell Adams, and that episode was the best moments were whenever Maxwell Adams talked, but the worst moments were whenever the hosts talked because I don't know, man. I can't really stand the Pizza Party podcast. I think it's really it's boring and also very cringy. And Maxwell Adams, like his presence made me watch that video to the very end because I was really interested in hearing what he had to say, and I think he said a bunch of stuff that were pretty interesting. Anyways, it's been fun, but I got a smash tourney in an hour. Hey, good luck, man. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate you joining in, actually. Also, I agree. Rebel Texas is massively overrated. Yeah, I mean, do people even really like hold him on such a high pedestal anymore? Like, I fucking regret saying that Rebel Texas is like the best cartoon reviewer. He is not. Not even fucking close. But yeah, I mean, opinions change with time, so you know. Like, yeah, that interview was pretty fun. Like, if you're a Billy Mandy fan, I would definitely recommend watching that episode because Maxwell Adams did say a bunch of like really interesting stuff, but you do have to go through a bunch of like really like ginormous cringe fest. Would you be a guest on the podcast if they asked? No, no, I would not. I mean, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to not trying to like be disrespectful towards them. Like, not I'm not trying to say that, like the podcast is like beneath me or anything, but uh, like being a part of a podcast is exhausting because you have to constantly be entertaining, and I'm already like kind of hazy when it comes to streams and podcasts and stuff, and being around people who I don't even necessarily enjoy talking to, like I don't think I would really benefit from that. Plus the amount of time I had to spend like sacrificing however many time I might have to myself just to be on a podcast that I might not even really enjoy the final product. So I don't know. Like again, I'm not like I'm not trying to like put myself like above them or anything. I'm just not interested. Clawfish, I hope you do future live stream. I hope so too. I hope so too. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the stream right now. Thanks everyone for joining. This was more engaging than I thought it would be. I thought that I would just stumble a lot, which I guess I did in a few instances. And I also thought that I would just be like the most boring person ever, which that might still be true, but you know, I guess if I have fun, that's really all that matters. Like my videos can be boring, but as long as I don't hate doing them, I don't care. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. I'm gonna end the stream right now. This was a good test. I can see myself streaming again in the future. So, thanks everyone. Have a nice night.